Hello guys, welcome once again. Welcome to my channel. Today in this video we'll be talking about how you can use events in Angular 8. Also I'll be showing you how you can use logics in your HTML template. So let's get started with the video. अगर आपने मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो चैनल को करें सब्सक्राइब और साथ ही साथ दबाएं बेल का आइकन, जिससे जब भी मैं नया वीडियो डालूं आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिलती रहे. So guys, basically in the last video I've already shown how you can add components and how to add dependencies and how you can route pages. I have shown in the last video. If you haven't seen the last video, I will provide the link in the I button and you can go and check the video there. So let me go to my project folder here and I will have to serve the project ng space serve minus o. So till then I'll explain you things what I have done here. So you can see here I have created a new component with the name employee. You can see here I have already shown how you can create components, and I have already shown you I have routed the page also. So this is the HTML of employee component. You can see here I have created a form, then I have created a table here, and then this is my TypeScript for employee component. So guys, I will be showing you how to add events. So first event will be click event. How to add click event? You must have seen you must be using ng-click in the older versions of Angular, but here in Angular 8 you will have to use this kind of event. For a click event you have to write bracket, inside the bracket you have to write click, and then after that you have to write the name of the event. So like suppose the name of the event is add employee, and here I just saved. You can see here. So once I will have to create a function here, add emp, and here's the function name, enter, and I will just give it alert right now. So what you see here, I have on add button there will be a event will be called with the name add emp, and you will able to see a alert box there. So you can see here compiled successfully. Now the browser will open and you can see here this is a page. When I call employee you will able to see a HTML part of the HTML component, and when I click on add button there should be an alert. You can see here alert is coming. So our click event is functioning fine. So right now I will be showing you next thing, which I have in the TS file in TypeScript I have already created a JSON object. You can see with the name emp list, and I want this list to be show here. And then after that I will do one more thing, that I want to add the data here, and when I click on add button the data should be added in this table. So how you can do that, let me show you. First we will be using event, one more event, that is loop event, that is ng-for. So basically there are three types of events. Right now I will be explaining you only two types of event. The one is attributable directive and the second one is structural directive. So you can see here click is an attributable directive. Okay guys, this is the attributable directive, and the other one which I am going to use now is structural directive. So how you can define structural directive? Structural directive always starts with star. Okay guys, so here I am writing star ng for. So what does this mean? I'll be, let me show you. Let list, let is a variable type, so I'm using let here. Let list of, now what is the name of our array? Name of our array is employee list. So employee list, and then in this way you will be writing the code. Now here I will write list dot emp name. Okay, in the same way I will write emp name, emp city, and then emp salary. So let me show you. You can see here I have got emp name, emp city, and emp salary. Okay guys, so when I click on save button, and then I will, you know, a project will be compiled automatically, and you can see here I have got the all the details according to my JSON object. Okay guys, now the problem is I want serial number also. So how can I get that? So let me show you. Just you have to write here let I equals to index. In the older version you must be using $index, but here we will be, you know, using the index using I, or you can take anything, or you can take an also. And here I will just write td, and here I will write n plus 1. So this will create, you know, this will create serial number for this, and you can see your serial number has been created. Now let's move back to our click event. Now I want whatever information I you know enter here, and when I click on add button they should be added here. So for that you have to bind the inputs using model. In the older version you must be using ng-model, but here I will be showing you how to do that. So firstly we have to create a you know empty object. If you won't create any empty object, it will throw error, because in older version there was not necessary to create you know, or define the model here, but here we will have to define. So what I will do here, new emp equals to, and here I will write, so here I will write emp name, then I will write emp city, I will leave it blank, and then I will write emp salary. Okay guys, emp salary. So here I will be using null, because I don't know, it can be a number also, or it can be a you know float also. So right now I'm using null here. So I'll just save it. Now what I will do here is I have to use ng model. So how in we use ng model in this? So you have to create a square bracket here, then you have to create a parenthesis, and then inside it you have to write ng space ng model, and then you have to write the name of the model. So what is the name of the model here? Name of the model is new emp dot employee name. Okay guys, this is the model name. So what this model will do, this model will bind this value inside this. Okay, whatever I will write, it will bind the value here, and then I will add this array into I will add this object into this array employee list. So you will able to see the list of new employee. Okay, in the same way I have to just, you know, use ng model on every input. So here also I will use, so will write here employee city, then I will, in the same way I will write here emp salary. Okay guys, so I have bind the object here. Now what I want, when I click on add button, this should work. Let me show you. So this is a alert box. Instead of alert I will be using here console dot log, and I will just write here this dot new emp. Okay guys, so let's see, and you can see here right now there are 4 employees. One I will write as Ben Bhopal, and salary is 5. And when I click on add button, you can see here the object is here you can see. So in the same way, now what I will do here is, instead of console, I will push this data inside the employee list dot push, and here I will write this not new emp. Okay guys, so let's see. Automatic refresh. Now I will write Ben here, I will write Indore, or I will write 1000, 2000, whatever you want to write. When I click on add button, the ban will be added. Now I want that if I have added this ban, or whatever user or whatever employee I am adding, after that it should be cleared. So for that, what I will do, I will empty the object here. So just copy this here and just write this dot paste. Okay guys, so in this way you can empty the values also. So let's try once again. Let's take it John, then selecting Gopal here, add, and you can see here the data is cleared and data is also added. So in this way you can use the events. I've showed you two types of event: attributable directive, and the other one was structural directive. So how to denote a structural directive? It starts always with star. Okay guys, so now let me show you how to put logics on your HTML part. So let me show you first. Suppose I have created a new property here with the name emp name blank, I will leave it blank here, and I want that that it should show this is this employee is, and I want the name of the employee here. So what I will do, user, not username, here I will write emp name, because I have defined emp name here, so I will be using here. Now you can see here it shows employee name is, and let me create one more column here. So I will just write action here, and here I will be creating a button, and here I will write class btn dash sm btn dash info. Okay guys, so here I will write check, or whatever you want to write. Okay guys, so here you can see check button is coming. So I want, on this click, I want to show the name of the employee. So how to do that? I will have to create a attributable directive, which is click. So I will write click equals to and here I will write emp info and name of the. Now I will create a function here with the name emp info, and here I will. Okay guys, in this way you can use it. So what I have to do, on this click I want the name of the user, so I will just write list dot emp name. Okay guys, so let's get the name here. I will use name here. Then what I will do, I will write this dot emp name equals to name. Okay guys, So when I click on check button, it should show Gaurav here. This employee is Gaurav, this employee is James. So in this way you can use this. Now I want to put logics also. What I want that if I haven't selected any user or employee, so it should show please select user. So for that, let me explain you first. We will be studying about logics. So let me show you. There are two types of logics we will be using here. First one is if else condition, and the other one is switch case. Okay guys, but inside if else there are two types of if else condition. Let me show you. The one is ng if, and the other one is ng if. And then ng if else. Okay guys, so and in switch case we have got only one kind of we will be using. ng switch. Here we have got ng switch, then we use ng switch case, and then we use ng default. Okay guys, so let's start with the code. This was a just an overview of logic part. So let me show you now. What I want here is I want that, so here I will be putting a logic here. What I will do here, I will just write star ng if equals to, I will just write if emp name is available. So I will just write ng if emp name. So let me show you, run and show you. So right now you won't be able to see because I have added a condition here. Right now if I click on check, then it will be visible. Okay guys, so in this way you can put if condition. But if you want to put else conditions, for that what you have to do, you have to just write else here and the name of the file. Suppose like id, when we give id, we write id equals to whatever the id name is. So in the same way we have to write the id here, and then here you have to write ng dash template and then name of the id. Suppose I've given con here, so I will write con, and then in this way please select employee. So in this way you can use else condition also. Please select an employee. You can see here it shows please select an employee. Whenever I click on check button, that disappears and it says this employee is James. So in this way you can use if else condition. Now I will be showing you how to use the other one. So for that you have to just write ng dash template here, and here you have to use ng if equals to. So here I will write ng if and the name of emp name, and in the same way I will put else condition also, ng if else. Select, I will write select name of id. Okay guys, so here I will write the same thing here, or I can say I can write here this is name of the employee here, emp name, and now I will again use ng template, and here I will give the id as select. Okay guys, I will write please select, or I can say please click on check the button. Okay guys, I will comment this or else you will be confused. So let's run a project here, and you can see here please click on check button, it says, and when I click on check button, that it says this is James, this is Gaurav, and this is John, this is Cat. So in this way you can use if else condition. So guys, that's all for today's video. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching this video, and bye for now.